Big matchup here in week 9 as the New York Giants and San Francisco 49ers are looking to bounce back after week 8 losses. My name's Tyler here with my brother Ryan, and we're going to break down this week 9 matchup and provide our predictions at the end. So be sure to stay tuned for the entire video. Leave a comment, let us know who you think is going to win and why, and hit that subscribe button to get notified when new videos come out. Ryan, before we even get started here, Cam Skattebo, you're in our thoughts and prayers. Just what a devastating injury for such a fun player to watch. We hope that you come back, like you come back with a quick, speedy recovery in your second year, because it was truly fun to see you and Jaxson Dart go there and kind of put a resurgence here in this New York Giants offense and this team. And that's why it makes me curious to kind of where this Giants team is going to go. Also, too, if you kind of think about it, what could have been, because as soon as they benched Russell Wilson, this team definitely did get a different spark as well.
Oh yeah.
But you talk about that, so like now imagine Jaxson Dart with a healthy Malik Neighbors and Cam Skattebo as well. Have to just see how things come. We have seen guys come back from this injury. It might take some time, but an injury like this, and they're still able to come back 12, 18 months later, back to a similar type form as well. Also, to the way Cam plays, it's very physical. So it's just going to be just running right through you. So wish you nothing but the best. I think the Giants team as well too. Hard fought game against Philly. I think being Philly at home, Philly just wasn't going to lose that game, especially too after what happened a couple weeks ago. Going to be going up against his Niners team, who has been battling the injury bug themselves, but just ran into a buzzsaw in the Houston Texans defense as well, which really stymied them. And the Texans offense has been playing a little bit better. So, Ryan, kind of looking at this game here, San Francisco still well within the division hunt for the NFC West, while the Giants, I think they're really kind of playing for prime. Brian Dable is trying to put on a good showing. Say like, hey, look, I could, now that I have a quarterback that knows my system, like let's keep on
Mhm.
building around this guy. But for the 49ers, though, essentially in a tie as of right now. The Seahawks are 5-2, Rams are 5-2, both on a bye this past week. Niners are 5-3, very tight in the NFC West as well. What do you think the Niners need to do to win this game and continue staying in the division hunt?
Yeah, the biggest thing for me is I think they need to block these pass rushers coming out for this Giants thing and give Mac Jones some time. If Brock Purdy, well, give Brock Purdy or Mac Jones some time uh, in the pocket, because I think you go watch this Texans game. This Houston defense was very disruptive. The Texans defense is one of the best in the league, led by D'Amico Ryans, and then they have those two pass
Yeah.
rushers that are really good as well. But I think you go look, Giants have two really good pass rushers as well. I believe Brian Burns is the sack leader right now in the NFL, although Myles Garrett just putting up 5 probably took the lead there or got very close to it. And then they have Abdul Carter, Kayvon Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence in the middle there is kind of clogging things up and doing a really good job there. So all in all, I like this is a good Giants defensive front. And then I think you go look at all the injuries that the 49ers have had. They haven't really been blowing anybody out. They've been really close in all of their games. And so if you can't, you know, get a rhythm going offensively, it's going to be really tough to, pull out what is going to be a tough fight. The Giants have shown, even in their last 2 losses to even a Philly, even that was a larger margin than the Denver game, but they're going to fight until the very end, and they're going to give you everything they have there as well. And then the other thing San Francisco needs to do is they need to just find a way to disrupt Jaxson Dart. They've had a lot of injuries on the defensive line, so whether they're sending an extra blitzer or whatever it takes, but get after Jaxson Dart, because I'm not saying I'm a Jaxson Dart believer because it's like 4 games into his career, but dude can play football. And he's not just like a gimmick with a strong arm. Like, he's very good. And if you can't knock him off a spot, he'll pick you apart in the pocket.
Well, it goes back, I think, to that point, that fight aspect of it. And that's what was so great about Dart and Skattebo kind of in the backfield as
Yeah.
well. Like both those guys were just going to fight to the bitter end, no matter what. And I think that kind of resonates throughout the team. To your point, that like he does have a live arm. Like he can sling it. He's mobile enough. Also, too, then when your predecessors, Russell Wilson, like anybody looks better. So I think that helps a little bit. Obviously, like he's a rookie, he's going to make these rookie mistakes, but I think I'd rather see him sling it and then you go through these areas, because honestly, too, if you're Jaxson Dart, well, he's got a little bit to lose, because if let's say there's a new head coach that comes in and then he doesn't like Jaxson Dart's just not his guy, very easy for them to be like, no, we want to go get our quarterback. And so there is
Yeah.
a little bit to lose. That being said, though, not too much to lose because if you look good on tape and a head coach comes in, you could be like, shoot, I'm going to have an early round pick and I've got a young quarterback that has a lot of potential that I could potentially work with and be like let's see what happens here. And so you can build a team around him, and that's where you kind of have some pieces. This Giants offensive line's playing a little bit better. Team's got a good defensive line. To your point, Brian Burns is now tied with Myles Garrett. Both have 10 sacks on the season. And before that, if it wasn't for Myles Garrett's crazy 5-sack game, then it would be he
Yeah.
would be the sack leader. So pretty consistent overall. But then you have Malik Neighbors as well too. He's clearly obviously has a decent relationship with the rest of the receiving core because they've been able to put up some decent offensive performances, all
Yeah.
things considered. Nothing too crazy in this last game, 193. But if we go look
Yeah.
at Jaxson
Well,
Dart,
they also took a bomb off the board to Darius Slayton off of a ticky-tack OPI call as well.
yeah,
So,
yeah. If we go look at the past couple of games, though, too, it's like nothing super crazy overall. Like, he was 111 in his first game against the Chargers, which was a win, but 202 to the Saints, 195 to Philly. So, I would say the kind of rookie number so far. 283 though at Denver in that game. I think a lot of that was in the fourth quarter because that fourth quarter was crazy. But then he gets a lot of rushing yards go along with this. He's got a rushing touchdown in the last 3 games. Actually, in 5 of his starts, he's gotten 4 rushing touchdowns. So he has that versatility that can really help out an offense. So I think it's interesting going this deep into Jaxson Dart as well too, because when I think about what the Niners need to do to win this game is Robert Saleh's got to come up with a defense to make him uncomfortable, slow him down, keep him contained in the pocket,
yeah.
almost make his you want to make his arm beat you. You don't want him to improvise. Don't want to get him out of pocket because that's where I do think the Giants actually have some weapons here is when they start to improvise because you got Wandell Robinson, you got Darius Slayton, still got speed and Jalen Hyde as well too. This tight end group, I mean, not great, but once again, though, typical tight ends though, it's like they're going to be that kind of roamer 5-10 yards down the field and then like just follow the quarterback. When they start to improvise as well. And he's been connecting with Daniel Bellinger, Theo Johnson as well too. So Dart kind of fits well within like the lack of receiving room that they have. His improbability also matches up, I think, with the shiftiness of a lot of these receivers. So the 49ers are going to need to keep him contained, try and make him stay in structure as well, too, to beat him that way. Because I think it's going to be tough. I think now, I mean, it's great. Tyrone Tracy, brother of the channel, it's going to have a lot more opportunity. Like he's going to now be that bell cow back with him and Devin Singletary, now with Cam Skattebo out. But Cam Skattebo was the number one running back, and he was kind of more that heart and soul, I think, of that running back room, just with the fire that he brought and the physicality that he brought, and a little bit more consistent, just in
Yeah.
general. And so it's interesting to see what the running game is going to be like. But I think for the 49ers, how keep Jaxson Dart in the pocket, make him have to beat you in structure. And on the flip side too, got to give Mac Jones some protection from Brian Burns and this defensive line because there is there's some vulnerabilities in the secondary. Uh, um, but that all being said, though, defense is still pretty good,
Yeah.
and any vulnerability in the secondary is masked by how good this defensive line is because they can get after the quarterback. So Mac Jones is going to have to need some time to go through their reads, get the ball to your playmakers and Christian McCaffrey, and have to monitor the health of just everybody here as well too. Ricky Pearsall still is out. That's going to be a huge benefit once when he comes back. Offense has helped out a lot now that George Kittle's back. So the biggest thing for the Niners if they want to win this game, keep Jaxson Dart in the pocket, make him beat you with his arm, and then got to give Mac Jones some time to go through his reads.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that's going to be a good game plan there. Let's go ahead and get into predictions here. So right now, I'm actually going to go with the Giants here. I think that this is a game set up for them. It's at home. They're 2-1 at home so far. Actually, I don't think Jaxson Dart has lost at home. But I think this defensive line is going to be able to capitalize on this banged up offense. I know Trent Williams is still in there. They did get George Kittle back, so they've been better in that department. But I just think they're going to play hard. I like this offense. I think Jaxson Dart, I'm a believer in him right now. And I think, he's going to have some struggles, but at the end of the day, I think his just overall playmaking ability, his ability to extend plays, push the ball down the field, and when the opportunity presents it, run for touchdowns and yards himself. I think that is just going to be something that this 49ers defense is really going to struggle with overall with all the injuries that they've had. And so I'm going to go with the Giants here in this matchup.
I think it's possible. Jaxson Dart's only played 2 games at home, so he is 2-0. So this will be his 3rd game, and I think it's actually going to be his first loss. I think Robert Saleh. I know they don't have Fred Warner. No, they don't have Nick Bosa, but they still have Robert Saleh in the way, and still have a lot of other good pieces there. And I think that they're going to be able to stymie Jaxson Dart and come up with ways to make him uncomfortable, provide some good pressure on him. And I think one of the things too as well is, unfortunately though, now it's like when you lose Malik Neighbors, and now you lose Cam Skattebo as well, too, losing 2 of your best offensive players as well. Just curious then when at what point is it going to be like a breaking point, so to say. So I think that it's going to be I think this is going to be the one where it's a little too much for him. He doesn't have his buddy back there with him to help with the pass block. You just help give him confidence. Nothing against Tyrone Tracy, nothing against Devin Singletary as well too. But it's possible that they win. I'm going to go with the Niners here in this one because this feels like a game 2 as well. The Niners feel like they need to win. I think Kyle Shanahan's just going to outcoach Brian Daboll in this one here. It's going to be close. I bet it comes down to the wire, but I do think San Francisco is going to pull away in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good one. I'm excited for this one. There's a few good 1 o'clock matchups going on, and I think this will be one of the ones I will want to be keyed into. So,
yes, sir.
Let's go ahead. Let's wrap it up here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. That is the best way to help out the channel. While you're down there, leave a comment on who you think is going to come out ahead in this matchup. Will it be the San Francisco 49ers? Will it be the New York Giants? Other than that, we'll see you guys next time.